A lot of people will scold me. It's my favorite pizza.
I agree with Nigel.
Today's episode, we are going to do my favorites for June.
Oh, again.
Yeah. Why you look at me like that?
Oh no, because I want to see if you still look at it.
I will look at you and you. Yeah. Okay, but I have to say first, this month I'm a bit not confident.
Oh, why?
Because all the one that I want to intro you all right, the owners all don't let me shoot. Yeah, because they scared
famous already.
too much business.
First I hear too much
They
business.
not enough manpower.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, so they don't let us feature. So it's very unfortunate. But I still got my brother. What I define as my favorites is like I got go back more than 3 times. So these are the places I really got go back more than 3 times already. With that, I still got some more. I got word of the day. I almost say out.
Yeah. What is my word of the day?
It's a word of the day. It's Manu won the FA Cup this week.
Nobody cares.
Oh, nobody cares?
How does that work in a food show?
Oh, because we all thought that Arsenal will win the league. But that is quixotic. It is unrealistic and impractical.
Well, I tell you, I feel like all the Arsenal fans will kind of bash us.
I'm an Arsenal fan.
Okay. So you think you can weave it into this?
No worries, I always do well with my task. But I got one task I really need to do right now.
What?
I really need to
We haven't even started. You want to
I go shit first, then okay, yeah,
Every
go food.
shoot, guys. Every shoot.
Shit first, then eat go
Every
food.
shoot like that.
I go there, but then no toilet.
You want to shit at the grass there?
That is for the dog. You see, it's for the dog.
Please clean up after your pet. Okay, for the first location, we are at Tien, and Tien has been around since 1989, and they specialize in Teochew cuisine. I have come here before many times, and I have a lot of good memories here. It was with my previous company, but we spent a lot of Chinese New Year here. Every year, the Tuan Fun, right, we will eat right here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because they got private room, a lot of space.
Oh, so you're a frequent visitor here.
Frequent visitor. Admittedly, I have always only eaten their Chinese New Year menu. And then the last time I was here, right, I was here with Nigel.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. We came here on a Sunday and we tried some of the food.
You're like close.
Very sweet.
Yeah, he my friend, not you.
But you can
Look at him.
So what we're having today is the double boiled fish maw nourishing soup, the braised kurubuta pork with mushroom and scallion in a hot pot, and also the braised sliced silver hill Irish duck. Normally when you eat in a Chinese setting on a Chinese restaurant, right, there's a lot of dishes, but do you normally go for the soup first, or you eat the dishes then you go to the soup?
Oh, I'll start with the soup actually.
I'll go with the soup because it warms the stomach.
我们老一辈的就是这样。没办法。
I'm not so old.
Same.
You want to turn Okay, so we
So we start with the soup.
Yeah, we start with the soup. So the last time I came here with Nigel, right, we thought that this soup was really quite good. But there's 2 dimensions to it. After you try it like this, right, the next step you want to do, right, is you try with the vinegar and the pepper. It really elevates the whole taste. Wow.
This is a very good bowl of soup. It's so good, right? I lost for words.
Right. It's very thick, very collagen-y. It has this very fragrant seafood taste to it. I don't know where the seafood came from because the ingredient is only the fish maw. The most surprising thing, right, this fish maw is really not like other fish maw. Please, you take a look, it really looks different. You must eat the fish maw because it's really very different.
Fish maw.
Yeah, fish maw.
So it's a fish or a maw?
It's a fish and a maw.
The mouth.
Honestly, when I first tasted it, right, it's very, very thick. It's exceptionally thick, right? But I wouldn't say, right, it's too much flavor in it. It still feels a little bit clean.
Yeah,
it's just
clean.
that, right, it's so thick.
Yeah.
So usually for fish maw, you get the spongy kind of fish maw texture. But for this fish maw, the texture I kid you not, feels a bit like mee hoon kueh.
Tastes like mee hoon kueh to you, but it tastes a bit like abalone to me.
Sorry, no, it doesn't taste like mee hoon kueh. It feels the texture of mee hoon kueh. Yeah.
Okay, then you tell us whether it's mee hoon kueh or abalone because I think it has a very bouncy bite to it. It's not like mee hoon kueh that it can get a little bit noir. This one doesn't noir.
It's a very cool.
Yeah.
Super big.
Yeah, and it looks different, right?
It looks like fungus, the white fungus.
Yeah. This is a picture of a typical fish maw, and this is a picture of the fish maw we are having. It looks very different. So mee hoon kueh or abalone? Or neither?
Neither.
That tastes like what?
It tastes like white fungus to me.
Oh, okay. Like黑木耳,白木耳. Right. Okay, yeah. That is actually the most accurate.
And the texture is because it's soaked in the soup for quite a while already. It's not as crunchy as a pei mu or black fungus.
Right. It also comes with this stick. It's just a biscuit. There's nothing more.
Actually, they also have the normal standard fish maw.
Right.
Wow, crunchy one.
Fish maw supposed to be crunchy.
Yeah, it's supposed to be crunchy.
It's like spongy.
你没有吃过 fish maw？
有，but 我吃的是软软像这样的。
因为你在 在楼下吃啦，在你家楼下吃。
这个比较 high class 一点 different。
So the fish maw right actually absorbs the entire flavor of the broth, so it's very flavorful also. On top of that, there's also other ingredients like cordyceps, red dates, and other herbs right to make this whole thing feels very nourishing.
I like that they put it in a stone bowl because it keeps the heat in.
And for a thick soup like that, when it gets cold, I would just say it's disgusting. It's just not nice. I really appreciate this touch of detail.
Overall, I have to ask you, do you like it with the pepper and vinegar or do you like it without?
I prefer with it.
I prefer without.
I also prefer without. I feel like the vinegar, right? People who like vinegar will love it. But I feel like it kind of destroy a little bit of the fish maw soup taste. Maybe you don't like the seafoody taste. You want to cover it up with vinegar and you like it. Then of course, I feel like it does elevate a little bit. I prefer the original version.
Yeah, same.
For me, it elevates because I love vinegar. So it depends on your taste profile.
你喜欢吃醋？
我最喜欢吃醋
当然我们现在吃鸭，
啊。Actually, you don't eat the yak first. We eat this one.
要不现在吃布达猪肉。
Kuro buta or kupo buta. Just like you say. Kuro buta.
correct.
猪肉。So 这个猪肉啊，Nigel tell me that, wow, this one damn nice, must try.
Really?
I tried. Yeah, really
It's really damn nice.
I like the use of the scallion in this because it really adds the fragrance to the pork, removing all sorts of porky smell.
I like that it's charred on the outside, but tender and soft on the inside.
Yeah.
I especially like the selection of the meat.
Yeah.
Because
It's
right,
fatty.
yeah, normally when you eat this, it reminds me of Kung Pao Ji. But Kung Pao Ji thing, right, sometimes the meat is a bit small and it's not that tender. Sometimes it's a bit tough. This Kurobuta pork, right, is in huge chunk and it's exceptionally tender.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of fatty content in it. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, and it has a very nice bite to it. So it's very satisfying to eat. Like you cannot stop one. It's almost like a snack. To me, this one 下饭很好吃. And then of course, again, they use a stone bowl so that it's kept warm at all times.
One thing I hope they improve on more sauce. There's not a lot of sauce I can
But
scoop
you see,
up.
for example, like Kung Pao, right? Just now you say Kung Pao Ji thing, right? When it's overpowered by the sauce, right? That's all you taste. You don't even know what you're taking out, right? You already get confused. Is that garlic? Is that chicken? Is that the scallion? But for me, right, I think they really let the quality of the meat shine here.
Correct, it does.
Then speaking of sauce, then the next dish will be a delight to you because there's a lot of sauce.
Correct.
So this is the Teochew style of cooking method lah. So Teochew duck, right? Typically they do duck sauce braise lah, and it tastes very savory and sometimes a bit herbalicious. So it depends how they cook it lah.
Wow, I can taste the Teochew. The sauce, it feels very authentic. Do you know? The chef used to work 15 years in China.
Oh, so
And
it's
then-
very authentic.
Yeah,
lah.
and then he come and work for 18 years already. You were born already, he start cooking already.
Yeah, 1989 lah. Damn. But I have to be honest, right? This particular dish doesn't taste too different from like typical Teochew porridge places lah. But the one thing, right, is that the gaminess is not so pronounced. When I go to those Teochew porridge, right, before I even walk in, I can smell the gaminess of the duck already.
Alright.
So it's just truly the pizza how, but essentially still tastes like around the same thing.
And I also say the sauce of their duck is different. Because it comes from Ireland. But I see they even got this cute little sticker that
The
says...
flag lah.
No lah, the duck come from Ireland lah.
The duck come from Ireland.
No, I say the duck I say
Yeah, the
sauce.
sauce.
You say the sauce.
Oh, is it?
the sauce.
Sorry. So, right, I can... Oh, I say sauce, like S-O-U-R-C-E. Hey, sauce! They put a little small sticker that says the best duck in the world.
Right,
I think it's different from what we used to have because when I go normal stores, right, it is like breast meat. It's very tough. This one, right, honestly, when I first look at it, right, it looks very tough and it's very thinly sliced. I thought it would be not so tender,
Right.
but it's very, very tender. Especially I can see their skin is one thick chunk of fat.
So out of these three, right, my favorite, right, will still be the fish maw soup.
For me, my favorite will also be the fish maw soup.
I also have to say like
Because I've never eaten the fish maw that is in this texture. Like maybe yes, true, other fish maw soup out there are thick, but this one is thick and there's a very special kind of fish maw that they offer.
As for me, my favorite is of course the soup also. Honestly, they open up my world of fish maw.
I feel like the best way to describe this soup is like it tastes natural. It doesn't taste like there's a lot of preservative or additives. Do come down to Tien and give it a try. Do we have a promo?
Oh yes, of course we do have a promo. We always have a promo for you guys.
Wow.
Okay, code TCGF for 20% off minimum order of $150.
Wow.
What does TCG?
Tien
cod get fat.
get fat.
Oh, okay. So be sure to come down and give it a try, and you have to order the fish maw soup. On to the next location. Right now we are at Goldenroy. This place right sells sourdough pizza. Okay, and we have eaten a couple of times in the office. I got ordered in. This is by far to me the best pizza I can find in Singapore. Best, hands down best. I haven't found anything better than this. What I like about it, first thing right, it doesn't come in the typical slice.
Oh yes.
I feel more substantial when I eat it like
correct,
this.
correct.
Yeah, like
Personal
a lot.
like personal pan.
Personal. Also, they have quite a lot of flavors. The most important thing, right, I also don't like cheese, but not as jialat as you lah, right? They don't taste very cheesy. I hope that you give it a try. I know that this is your worst nightmare. You're a bit scared. You're taking a knife. I don't know if it's or what.
But honestly, the presentation looks very appetizing.
Yes.
Because the selection of the ingredients makes me feel more high weight.
Right. You don't see a lot of cheese. You see a lot of ingredients.
Yeah, I see it's packed with ingredients.
Yeah. So these four right actually all got special name. So we got the potato and chicken ham sourdough. It's otherwise known as She's My Girlfriend. Then we got the kryptonite, which is the clam and garlic sourdough. Then we got the Roy's favorite, which is the owner's favorite, is mushroom pesto sourdough. This is my personal favorite. Is Here Comes the Sun, which is roast beef and garlic sourdough. Yeah. And let's start with my favorite. My favorite thing about this place right is the sourdough is bloody crispy and fluffy.
Okay.
The sourdough allegedly right is a 100-year-old culture that comes from San Francisco. But I don't know exactly what's culture.
Prebiotic.
Prebiotic.
哇，你 quite smart 啊！
还有 PhD 的这个，
我是有 PhD。
是吧？
Permanent head damage.
I'll be honest with you, I had a joke. Like, you beat me. I was gonna say public holiday.
Honest. Is it very cheesy for you?
No, you know why?
Why?
When I eat pizza, the slice one, I need to select my bites. Because for example, there could be the prawn here and the prawn there. I must bite here, bite here.
I want to eat the料, but
Yeah,
not the cheese.
correct.
Right.
But this one right is packed with the ingredient. I don't need to select where I bite it. Every bite I have right has the ingredient and the flavor.
Typically when I eat pizza right, I will avoid the crust because no taste and everything. This one the crust is a must eat because it's so crispy and airy.
I feel like they did the crust and the dough very well because usually for pizzas, right, if you don't do the dough very well, it gets very sloppy. Then your ingredients, everything start falling off and it becomes soggy. But this one is crispy, right? So it's very firm. It holds all the ingredients together with each bite you take.
Yeah. Another thing that they have is this hot sauce. This hot sauce is their specialty. Usually when I eat pizza, I like to eat with the chili flake, a bit of spiciness.
Oh, yes.
And these will really remove all traces of cheese and it actually has a very nice kick to it.
I like how usually when for chili, right, they have this small little hole so you can slowly eat. But this one is like they let you pour the entire sauce.
They don't care, no one.
But don't make a mistake by pouring too much. I think first. Okay, just a touch of it. Wow. Right? It elevates the whole thing. Right? Next up, we will try the potato and ham one. Initially, I thought this one no cheese because I really cannot taste any cheese. So I thought the base was the potato.
Right.
But this one, unfortunately, also got cheese.
It's just still hot.
Yeah, still hot.
Mine's still hot.
Right.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was
I thought he wanted to say something about oven or what.
Speaking about oven, they even have a $550 toaster so that you can warm up your pizza.
Right.
And it works.
They'll put it on the table, right, so that you can warm up a pizza. Because they really say their pizza must eat while it's hot. Try the potato and ham one. I think this is the least cheesy one, right? Because it feels like you're eating potato instead. Like you taste potato instead, right? However, I also heard that because most people can't eat pizza, they want to eat cheese, ma.
Yes.
So this is one of their least popular.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, I like this.
I can understand why it's this popular because as for me personally, I don't like carbs on carbs.
On the contrary, I like the soft potato. And then right, I don't know if they use potato as the base. You know, people they use cheese. It feels like I'm eating mashed potato.
Right. Yeah.
Cute potato.
That's what I thought also. That's why I thought it has no cheese. Next up, we are trying Roy's favorite, which is the mushroom pesto sourdough. Wow, this one looks very good. If you really love mushroom, I think you will really like it. So everything here is made to order. Once you order, you have to wait about 30 minutes, right, before they
So it's freshly made.
freshly made.
I think this one not Roy's favorite.
But best favorite.
Not my favorite.
I
I like the herby taste of mushrooms. The herby fragrance goes very well with the whole flavor of this. And plus,
Wait, let me stop you right there first. Because mushroom is not herby, it's herby. Use the correct word, man.
PhD.
My PhD is pretty huge dick. Okay, but go on.
I'm quite surprised that you like this mushroom one.
Why?
Because I feel this is the most cheesy out of
Cheesiest
all.
so far.
Yeah, the cheesiest one so far is this one, yeah.
I think the early days cover up the cheese.
Although I don't like cheese, but I don't hate it as much as him. I really can't taste much cheese also. Honest to God.
I think this is the most cheesy one.
Right. We will move on to the last one, right? Which is, I think it's the most seafood flavor, which is the kryptonite. Clam and garlic. You love garlic, right?
I love.
And this one may look very unassuming because it's all in square slices, right? 你吃很饱了, Very wow, your favorite. Very seafoody, very seafoody.
Dude, this is my kryptonite.
Wow.
Oh, I love this. As someone that likes seafood, I okay with the fishy taste. And I don't like cheese. So the whole seafood taste already cover up
Why?
the
I
whole
see why you
cheesy
like it.
taste.
Right.
And this feels like a seafood pizza to me. Whenever I see seafood pizza, it's always covered in cheese. But this one, the seafood just totally carry the whole flavor of the pizza.
It doesn't look like much, right? But when you eat, right, it's really bursts of seafood flavor.
Yeah, for me, I don't really like. The seafood is really
Yeah,
too much.
too strong already.
It's too strong already.
Yeah.
I would prefer that it has more garlic.
Right. My ultimate favorite will still be the roast beef because the one is the most meat. The meat on it tastes like 肉干 like that.
My favorite would be the chili, man. I think this chili is made in-house.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't think you can find this chili anywhere.
Yeah, you can't.
Only at Goldenroy.
Right.
And this chili goes so well with the pizza.
Right.
Honestly, overall, I think I like every one of them. They did everything right. Starting from the dough, to the amount of ingredients, to the flavor of the dish, everything is done right. For someone, right, that don't like cheese, this feels like a very quixotic. Quixotic dream for me. It's unrealistic. I honestly never thought I would say like, hey, I want to eat pizza.
Right.
I feel like this is a place I'll come against and introduce my friend that, hey, this is really a very good pizza. And coming from someone that don't eat pizza, I try to avoid it as much as I can.
Will you say that this is one of the best pizza you ever eaten?
I would say it's the
Or
best.
Is the
But of course,
Bold statement.
from my point of view, it's because I don't like cheese
Right.
and that kind of thing.
How about you? You eat pizza, right?
Yeah, I eat pizza. It's good pizza lah, but I won't say it's the best pizza.
What is your best?
A lot of people will scold me. Domino's pizza, classified chicken, thin crust is my favorite pizza.
I agree with Nigel.
Sorry, I
classified
maybe
chicken,
disagree.
thin crust, Domino's sponsor.
But honestly,
very good.
I think a lot of people will agree with that because my friends also like. But this is one whole level.
This is
up.
a gourmet pizza.
Yeah, the classified is like a hey, well, today not much money.
The best,
I go for it.
affordable and accessible pizza lah,
yes.
so to speak lah.
Honestly, from now on, right, if you ask me choose between classified and this, I will go for this really.
Right.
Because one slice right is about $7 to $8. Classified chicken around there, you know, for the portion that you're eating. I really feel like it's very good quality and they really put a lot of heart and soul into this pizza.
So with that, we will move on to the next location. Okay, for the last location, we are at Jin Wee Restaurant. So I found this restaurant, right, when I moved into the new area. But this is not the particular branch I went to. Right. This is the Geylang branch. I went to the Siglap branch. So when I was there, right, I was so intrigued because the whole coffee shop, right, was very old school. And all the people that is working there, right, they wear home clothes. And then they are shouting at the top of their voice.
Now you know this is authentic.
The flavor is really there. Yeah. This shop, right, opened from 1963, okay? And the owner, the first generation owner, right, was born at 1918.
Wait. 1918, 1963.
Yeah.
So he's about
106.
And he's still alive.
Still alive?
He's not cooking, but he's still alive. He's still alive. So as you can tell, right, they have quite a few unique items in the menu that I tried before already. But these are some of the favorites that I had. What we are having is the steamed fish in Nonya style. Then we also have the Hainanese braised pork belly. And then the last one will be the Hainanese pork chop.
Pork chop.
Let's start off with the Nonya fish first. So this fish, right, is not koi fish. It's sea bass.
Who eat koi fish? Nobody eat koi fish.
It depends whether you like asam. I don't like asam due to the pungent smell. However, right, this Nonya style, right, it got the sourness, it got the kai weiness, but 没有那个 pungent 的味道。
Whoa,
very strong.
very strong eh. Wow, the sour very strong.
But 它开胃完，我越吃越饿的嘞。
Actually, it's true.
Yeah.
It does kind of way for me.
It's very light. It's not thick kind of asam.
You get the sourness, right, that really makes your appetite like open lah.
And it's also not very spicy. The spicy level is just nice.
Yeah.
It's not the kind you eat.
Like you don't need to keep drinking water for it.
Not the kind that what?
I eat spicy.
I don't know, is this a star to you? I personally love lady's finger. I bet a lot of you don't know what is lady's finger in Chinese.
I know.
What?
牛肉豆子.
It's called 羊角豆.
Isn't that what I said?
Yeah.
If you rewind, I know what I said.
What?
羊角豆.
Normally, right, when 羊角豆drenched in sauce, right, it will lose its crunchiness. But this one still retains the crunchiness.
But overall, I think this dish is a little bit too sour for my liking. I don't like sour things in my food. But if you like sour, this one really will. You will love it, I tell you.
Next up, we will try the Hainanese pork chop. So this one, wow, I tell you, it's actually quite a hard dish to find.
If you pour the sauce, not everything will get onto the meat.
That's true lah.
That's why must be.
But when I order that time, right, it's already drenched already. So I don't know why it's separate now. Maybe they want to keep the crispiness for us. But anyway, right, I love ketchup. I love tomato. So this one, the combination with it, right, I love it so much. I will drench the rice in it. Right?
Wow.
They also got a potato. Some places, right, they do this dish, right, by using French rice.
The batter they use is very thinly coated, but it still retains its crispiness. It doesn't lose the flavor of the meat. Sometimes when they cook this kind of fried pork chop, too much batter, it loses the meat taste. But I like how the sauce, the flavor of the meat, and the thin slice of batter comes well together.
Yeah.
I don't know whether this will be the portion that they will serve to the customer. The pork chop really a lot.
When I go to this place, right, I went few times already, and I order most of the things to try already. Anything that to do with sweet and sour, right, they actually excel in it.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think they're very specialized in that taste profile.
Right.
Moving on for the third dish. Okay, this one I never tried before.
Oh, okay, I tell you this one, this pork belly, I super excited.
Look at the amount of fat on the meat and how thick and juicy it is.
So this is something that I asked them to recommend because there's only two things that I really like from this place. So they recommended this.
I heard that they took about
Why didn't I eat this? So allegedly they took 5 hours to simmer this whole dish.
I know the reason why the owner lives so long.
Every day eat. Don't learn like that. It's very unlikely.
This pork belly, wow.
哇，这个是入口即化。That's what I say.
I feel like this could be the meltiest pork belly I've ever eaten. The moment I put it in my mouth, usually pork belly, when I describe it as melty, it's the fatty part of the pork belly. The meat though, the meat melts with the fats.
Yes.
This is a whole new level, I tell you. And also to bring your attention to the sauce.
What?
They also make it perfectly balanced. It doesn't overpower the taste of the pork itself. The pork still shines, just a hint of its flavor.
哇，
But this pork belly, to me, I feel like it's a bit sinful.
Yeah.
Oh, it very. It's not very.
Definitely not something you want to eat to live to 106. So out of these 3 dishes, right, which one?
Pork belly,
I don't even know why.
pork belly is damn poor. I think my rice is like a drinking.
Okay, then I'm not going to drink this. Okay, my favorite is going to still be this. Wait, why I say this? Okay, I like to eat more tan things. So this one to me, it doesn't feel overly simple. This one is really nice. Okay, it's really great. But I feel like I cannot eat too much of it. With that said, right, when I come back to Jin Wee Restaurant, right, I will still go to Cigar. I want the people shouting in their home
I like the vibes.
I love the
vibes.
vibe. Yeah, and then we are eating on a car park.
On a kebab.
On a car park beside a bus stop.
They bring the table and chair outside, then they put on the road.
So it really feels like very old school. So I
But
really like.
this still retains a little bit of the traditional vibe, but more modernized.
But here got aircon.
Here got aircon.
There don't have.
Important. Singapore must have that.
Important. So in their menu, right, they got a few other unique items that I think you all really should try. Typically, when you look at Tues-Sun restaurant, right, they always have the same few things. But this Tues-Sun restaurant, I feel like it's like Wonderland. You know, a lot of different things that I don't commonly see. So out of everything that we tried today, okay, we tried Hancock Restaurant, we tried Roy's Pizza, and then now Jin Wee Restaurant. Which dish is your favorite? Again, I want to remind you that this is my favorite episode.
Oh, it's yours, man. Whatever we choose is still yours, man. So it doesn't matter, man. Up till now, I was having difficulty. I was struggling. All felt, roughly the same standard until I eat the pork belly.
So this one is a cut over the
I
rest.
tell you, at first I was thinking pizza was gonna be top for today. Yeah, I eat all this. Wow, pizza still quite win. I eat the pork belly. Don't be funny. This pork belly deserves the spot for today.
How about you?
Actually, same as Ben, but instead of the pizza, it was the fish maw soup at Tien.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like the soup a lot. But then, until I came to Jin Wee Restaurant and eat this delicious fattiness.
And I think this win by a huge landslide, right? Because it was literally the last dish.
Yeah, the last.
And usually the last dish is always at a disadvantage. We are full, our palate is, we
Might
don't
be
really-
cold.
Yeah.
Might be cold, yeah.
And they still managed to capture our attention and win everything else.
Right. For me, my favorite is still the fish.
This fish.
I really still like the fish. Because I seldom find something that like is asam and I will like it.
I think we can all agree that Jin Wee Restaurant took our hearts to it.
Wow.
One lung also can take. Kidney take.
Wow.
Kidney got 2, right?
Yes.
Take 1.
You sure you left 2? And the way you eating, you might want left 1 only.
Confirm got 2 ma, don't know usable. But take and go.
Okay, with that, remember to follow all our socials. Click here for more, click here what, and cut to the bloopers. Comes out.
Look at the
Look.
Wow. Look
Comes out like that.
at me.
Look at me, look at me.